Yeah.
here. I don't need to read anything.
We are live. What time is it today? It's 11:30 a.m. It's time for Coffee and Conversations with Melissa. I am Melissa Ducas. I'm the founder and CEO of My Coffee Connect, where you can meet, connect, and collaborate. It's a virtual connections, quality connections for business to business. I am so excited to introduce to you my good friend who is phenomenal of giving back to the community. I would love to introduce to you Miss Felicia Shanken.
Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
Good, good, good. Welcome here for my coffee conversation. She is my first one that I interviewed for Coffee and Conversations, and I invited her to do the live stream because first of all, we are both dog mamas, and we are going to. I want her to explain to you her goal for this month until December 17th, right?
Yes, until December 17th, correct.
So tell us about the local nonprofits. Tell us what you are doing right now.
Okay, well, like Melissa said, our organization is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection, LLC. Just quickly, a little background about PWNC. What we do is we work with business women to help them grow their business by means of resources, connections, and different things like that. So what PWNC tries to do each year is we try to pick a local nonprofit here in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas to bring awareness to give back to, and to help, because, you know, we all need help, especially now. So the first year that we did this, it was an organization called Bringing Hope Home. I am a huge breast cancer advocate. And what we did is Bringing Hope Home is an organization, nonprofit, of course, that take in funds and they help families of women who have cancer, breast cancer. So whether they're paying their bills, helping with groceries, whatever it is that they need, that's what they do. So that was our first fundraiser that we did for them. So this year, Paul and I decided to do something that we were very passionate about, and that was to work with ACT Philly, which is Animal Care and Control Team here in Philadelphia. They are a nonprofit that is funded by the city of Philadelphia. So we wanted to do something for them. We adopted Max 8.5 years ago from the organization. So again, this is our way of giving back.
Yeah, I love those. We just adopted Chip this year, August. So I didn't realize when we adopted it, it's a national dog. That is cool.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, because that's why I have a heart of helping you to do this. So because I am very, very in love with the dogs.
Yes. Well, you know what? And it took you a while to get there, Melissa, you
Yes.
know, so I'm proud of you. And Chip is a lucky dog. So I can't wait down the line to see further the venture that you guys go through, you know?
Yes, yes, and I'm excited. Before I am freaking afraid with dogs. Now I can put my hand in his mouth. I can play with his mouth. I am proud of myself, and my husband is so happy for me.
Good, good.
Yeah. How about this? Tell us about this supporting one another, especially now during COVID-19.
Well, you know, it's so important. I mean, we as small businesses, especially women businesses, women minority businesses, we're like the last man on a totem pole when it comes to any type of help or assistance from the government, you know, and everything like that. So we rely on, you know, doing different things, thinking outside the box, whether it's events, whether it's fundraisers, whether it's working collaborations, which is huge. Everyone is talking about collaborations. And Melissa, you've been doing collaborations forever, so you know. So, you know, it's so important for us at this time to help one another. You know, when we put the fundraiser out, you know, we realize that times are hard for a lot of people. You know, people are losing their jobs, you know. So we were like, listen, whatever we get, whoever can donate, you know, we're just happy. It's more money than ACCT had. So, you know, we're just happy. So I try to support those who support PWNC because I
Mhm.
think it's important. And, so far we've been doing pretty well.
So your goal is to have at least 8,000 before December 17th.
Yes, by December 17th is the cutoff. I mean, we can push out the date further to
Yeah.
hit our goal of 8,000, but
Yeah.
I figured December 17th because I think that would be a nice time to be able to present a check to Act Philly right before the holidays. So the animals, whatever it is, they take the money, they allocate it wherever it's needed, and put it towards a good cause. So
Yeah.
now the whole full 8,000 doesn't go to Act Philly. 30% of the 8,000 goes to Act Philly. Okay, the 70% goes back into PWNC. And the reason why I did that is, that is to help us to continue our programs that we bring to our community, whether it's events, workshops, courses, mentoring, coaching, whatever it is that we need to do. Because again, we have to, in order for us to give to others, we
Yeah.
also have to have ourselves. So
Yeah.
I always say you can't give from an empty well. So,
Yeah.
so we're just excited to be partnered with them. At some point, I would like to do a fundraiser for them again, and the 100% proceeds will go to them.
Yes. Okay. The PWNC, what you mean, the nonprofit or your PWNC?
No, when I say PWNC, that is my for-profit. When the nonprofit is PWNC Foundation.
Oh,
But
okay.
this is going through the for-profit. Because with nonprofits, you have to be careful of the things that you're doing through there. There's a lot of guidelines, there's a lot of rules and restrictions, and doing, because it's a nonprofit. So for you as a nonprofit to raise money for another nonprofit, it's just, it doesn't kind of like vibe. So we are able to do this through our for-profit, which is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection.
You are doing such a good job, Felicia. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yes, tell us about you're passionate about ACCT, Philly, and PWNC collaboration to bring awareness to the shelter.
Well, the reason why I want to bring awareness to the shelter is, first of all, they're not in Center City. They're outside of Center City. They're over in an area that's not the best area.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they're overlooked because they are a city-funded shelter, which means that they rely on the donations of the city and everyone else that can donate to them. So, because we adopted Max 8.5 years ago, I'm a strong believer in giving back to the community. I believe in what goes around comes around. You can't go through this life with a me, and a take. Because it's not about you. It's not about what you're doing. It's about other people. It's about giving back to them. And I believe that's where the blessing is, and I've always enjoyed that. So to partner with them, like I said, Paul and I are very passionate about animals in general. So we wanted to do something because 8 years ago, they're much better off where they were 8 years ago. They got a small business grant where they were able to go and do some renovations, make the conditions better for the animals and things, which when I did the walkthrough, it was very nice. I was very excited. But again, it still comes down to being funded. I mean, they do on site, you have food, you have housing, you have emergency medical care. I mean, if they get a call 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, they have to take that animal in. So we need doctors and everybody there to give the care that the animals have. And there's some animals that's been in the shelter for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. When we adopted Max was in the shelter for 2 months and he was time stamped. And time stamp means that, in 8 hours, they were going to take his life because the shelter was full and he was, he was like stressed. So I'm like, if you just imagine if you're in a crate for 2 months, you wouldn't be stressed too. So, so we see this and, animals are the only, I call them people with fur. So they're the only things in the world that love you unconditionally and give you their all without expecting anything. So we were passionate and this is something that we wanted to do.
Yeah, we decided to adopt a dog, and then I'm so lucky that the Chip is not a stray. The family had to to surrender their chip because they can't afford to have an operation. He has something on his leg that needs operation.
Right.
So they just surrender it, and we were so lucky. He is so very very good. Never got an accident. It ended up I'm the one taking care of the dog. You know.
Yeah, of course. That's the way it always is, you
I
know?
know, and I'm the one who's like taking him outside, go, do his business or something like that. I always make sure that I always bring him up.
Yeah, yeah, it's so important. You know, it's so important. I've always had a dog. Growing up, we always
Mm.
had dogs in the household, and they were always rescue dogs. I never bought a dog because I feel that there's so many out there that needs homes. And like you said, you know, especially now during COVID, there are a lot of families that are not working, lost their jobs. They can't take care of their animals, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah,
they have to surrender them to the shelter. So the shelter, of course, becomes now over full, and now they have to make a decision whose life they're going to take because the shelters are full and the animals are not being rescued. And it's a shame because every animal deserves to live. Who we can't play
yes,
games with these animals' lives. So I look at
yeah,
Max and I get
yeah.
emotional because he's such a good dog, and everyone that knows Max and they say the same thing. He is such a good dog. And I look at him and I get emotional because I'm like, they were going to take your life and you deserve to have a
Yeah.
life, you know? So yeah, yeah.
So, how is the situation of that place? Do they have a lot of dogs?
They have more cats than they have dogs.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right now they have more cats. With Act Philly, they have a lot of pit bull mixes. So because
Ooh,
of you know, the discrimination against pit bulls, you know, people, you know, are kind of afraid to adopt them. So they have a lot of
mm,
pit bull mixes. Right now they're not as full as they were in the beginning because of the COVID. A lot of people decided to foster the animals, and some of them ended up being adopted, which was nice. But
yeah.
still, there's animals in there that are constantly coming in there. And then you don't hear the stories about what some of these people do. I mean, a friend of mine who was our dog walker, she's a huge advocate for animals. Someone tied a dog to a tree outside, and the dog was just barking and barking and barking. And this was like 11 midnight, and they called her and she came to get the dog. She had to take the dog to Act Philly, but she ended up bringing the dog into her house, and she already has like, I don't know, 10 animals in her house. So she ended up
Oh,
bringing the dog in her house because she didn't want the dog to get caught up in the system. But these are the things that people do. You know, you never know what a situation is. Like you said, your dog you got because they had to surrender the dog.
yeah.
Sometimes you know, the parents become sick, the caretaker
Mhm,
becomes sick, they die or whatever. You
mhm.
know, a big, huge problem is adopting senior animals. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of people don't want to adopt a dog or a cat that's 9, 10, 11 years old.
yeah,
So
yeah.
again, you know, these are the things that we have to bring awareness to.
So, how can people donate? Do you have a system that it has to be this amount or something like that? How are they going to donate?
Well, they can donate anytime they want. They can go to Act Philly, ACCTphilly.org. They can
Mm-hmm.
donate directly there. Or if they are interested, they can do something within their own company to raise awareness and funds.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when we're done, I can put the link in the comments. They can
Mm-hmm.
go to our
Yeah,
campaign and
yeah,
they can donate through our campaign. I would prefer for them to donate through our campaign, but you
yeah.
know, they can also do it on their own. But they're always looking for partners to help them. They're also always looking for volunteers. There are people that come there, they might take the dogs out, walk them, play with them, take them home, whatever the
Mhm.
needs are, that's what they do.
How can we bring more awareness to this nonprofit that is out of the city?
Okay, to Act Philly. Well, just things like this, word of mouth,
Mm-hmm.
telling our friends, let our friends tell it. You know, you and I, we have a huge following on Facebook. We have
Yeah.
a lot of friends that have
Mm-hmm.
animals. So
Yeah.
if those friends, just one friend told another friend that had an animal, you know, and if it kept going, we would meet our
Right.
expectations
Yes.
and we would meet our quota. You know, I even said in my group, you know, we have like 918 women in PWNC's community. If each one of those women gave $10, we would surpass our goal.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of bringing awareness and just letting
Yeah.
people know, you know, that these animals are here. You know, a lot of people, they're getting involved with raising funds for other people's nonprofit for their business and different things like that. But they can't forget these animals are here. They need to be taken care of. We are their voice. If we don't talk for them, who is going to do it? Who's going to
Yeah.
do it?
Yep. Yep. So what else can you tell us more about the things that you want to do for this awesome campaign?
Well, like I said, you know, it's more for bringing awareness. Of course, the more money we make, the more money we can give them. So again, you know, I asked them specifically where would they need the funding. So they said we just need funding for everything. So you know, we give the money to them, they allocate it to where they need it the most. But I am impressed when I did do the walkthrough. The crates that the animals are in, they're big, they're airy, they're open. There's lots of sunshine coming into the area. They keep the areas clean. The dogs are taken out in the back. They're allowed to run around. You know, the cats, the same thing. They're in crates that are clean. You know, it's just a nice facility. There's a lot of things that they want to do. I mean, their budget this year because of COVID was cut by $900,000. So you talk about almost $1 million. So you can imagine what they could have done with that money. So even though they're doing the best that they can, you know, people are expecting for them to give the same level of care with that cut of funds. And it's impossible. So their biggest thing is, you know, unfortunately, you can't sponsor an animal, but, you know, just giving donations and them accepting donations and making awareness that they're there. And I think a lot of people don't know about them because they're not in the city. And because they're not in the city, center city, they're on the outskirts. A lot of people are not aware of them. So, like I said, this is more of, even though it's a fundraiser, but it's more of an awareness campaign to let people know, hey, you don't necessarily have to go out and purchase a dog. There's a lot of dogs and cats. And not only that, they have like chickens there, birds there, you know, any type of animal that you can think of, they have there that they have to take. So, you know, I'm very, again, passionate about this, and it's a great cause. And, you know, I have gotten some great, so far we have, I think it's 23 or 25 donators. Right now we're at 800, which is kind of still far off of our goal. Like I said, you know, our goal is to December 17th to raise the funds. You know, at that time, as we get closer, I'll decide whether I want to push the campaign out a little more to try to get closer to our goals, or, you know, talk to Act Philly and see what they want to do. Because like I said, it would be nice to be able to give them the funds before the holidays, because they do fun things. The dogs and the cats. They have actually photographers that come in there and do photo shoots. And like something like a calendar with the dogs and different ones, or the cats and different things. So there's different ways that they think out of the box as far as fundraising as well.
So you're definitely doing a good job, because since when did you start it? It's not even a week.
I started, well, the campaign is for 45 days. So I started it maybe 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks already? Yeah.
Maybe. I could be off a little bit. But yeah, but like I said, you know, we've been having donations coming in. I've been inboxing people, you know, asking them, no amount is too small or too big to give. You know, I said, if you take your $5 coffee each day, that's $30 a week. You know, once the coffee is gone, it's gone. You take that same $30 and you put it towards an animal, you know, that's a month of food for an animal. So, you know, it's about putting perspectives and different things like that. And like I said, you know, the goal of PWNC with the nonprofits, and I know how hard it is because we have a nonprofit. So the goal is each year to choose a nonprofit that we want to work with to bring awareness and focus to, and it's going to be local because the local businesses need our help.
Yes, yes, definitely. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for such bringing us awareness of the things that is not outside from the city. So that's a, even if you didn't get the your goal, it's bringing awareness for their facility is good enough. Like maybe in the future they can help. And
Right.
for men and women who are watching here, can you please send them your donations? $25 is good, $10 is good. Every little things helps a lot. We have to. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, like you said, Melissa, we are a voice. Now that you have your own animal, you're a pet mom. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So we are their voice. If we don't take care of them, who's going to take care of them? And we need more organizations stepping up and doing things like this, working with organizations that may not get the publicity that maybe an ASPCA would get, or another organization would get,
Yeah.
or Susan B. Corman or something like that. There's so many local nonprofits here in Philadelphia that need help, need awareness, and they just need the opportunity for people to know who they are. I don't know how many people know about ACT Philly, Animal Care and Control Team, but that's why we do these type of things, to bring awareness. So like I was saying, every year, we want to work with a nonprofit. Before you and I came on, I was talking to you about, I'm thinking about next year, maybe doing something for children. Whether it's children with cancer, children with, some type of issues that are going on. So, once I get out there and start looking around and see what is around us locally, then, Paul and I will make a decision at that time.
Oh, that is awesome for you to do this kind of things, because not a lot of people are not thinking about that, because they're thinking about their business, they're thinking about some other things. But thank
Right.
you for thinking about the community.
Yes.
For
Yes.
all the people that who is like in a social media, who's doing podcasters, who's doing blogs or something. So probably you can please consider Felicia Shanken to be your guest, so that she can get the word out. Please help Felicia to help the word out of what she is campaigning for, because it's a really, really great event, great campaign for these awesome animals. We are both dog mamas, and all dog mamas, can you please help us? Something, $25, $10, $15, whatever you can do, and she will put the link after, the link in the comments, so you can give donation for her. And if you have something to those who are selling holiday gifts, probably you can give 10%, 20% to the charity. That will be great. Please connect to Felicia. How are they going to connect with you, Felicia?
Well, that's easy. My email is phillywnc@gmail. They can send me an email there. I really don't want to give out my telephone number, because once you put it out there, it's out there. So I want people calling me for the right reasons.
Yes.
So that's one way. And also, if they don't want to work with PWNC and ACT Philly, they can do something on their own. They can go to acctphilly.org. On there, it'll tell you the animals that are up for foster, rescue, adoption. It'll tell you the mission that they're doing, what it is that they're doing. And I encourage everyone, if they're thinking about working with them, to do a walkthrough. Do a walkthrough and see the facility, so you can see where the donations are going, where your money is going. Now, if you go to the campaign that I'm going to be listing in the comments once Melissa and I are done, if you go to the campaign, there is a 6-minute video that I did with one of the women in ACT Philly. And she basically tells you about the needs and what it is that they're doing there. So that gives you a background also. And then every day, what we're trying to do is we're trying to put an animal up on our Facebook page to let people know, the story of the animal, what the needs is, medical care, adoption, fostering, whatever. So I'm hoping that people are looking at that as well. So, like I said, it's very important. People love their pets, they love their animals, and it's important. Not only that, but like I said again, it's important to give back to the community. You can't go through this life with that mentality of me, 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 mine, mine, mine,
Yes.
mine. What can you
Yes.
do for me? What can you do for me? It's what can we do for each other?
Yes.
That's what it is. Because once you go through life with that me, 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 mine, 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 and what can I get? Nothing good will ever come out of that. You won't be successful. It doesn't happen. So, this is our goal. This is what we're planning on doing. At some point, once we start getting corporate sponsorships and different things like that, then I will be able to not necessarily do fundraisers, but I'll be able to just write a check and say, here, this is for your organization from, PWNC. So that's my goal. That's where I want to go. But for right now, we're not there yet. We're still a young company. We're under 3 years old. This is, so it takes time. It's building up, but that's our ultimate goal.
So how can people get to connect with you if they want to help with your fundraising or something like that? How can people get involved with you?
Well, how they can get involved, you can find me on Facebook as Felicia Spivey Shanken. You can send me a Facebook Messenger there. Again, or you can send me a message to my email, which is phillywnc@gmail. You can Google me. If you Google me, I come up everywhere. So you can contact me anywhere. We're also on Instagram. We're Instagram Philly WNC. You can find us there. And I'm also on LinkedIn as Felicia Spivey Shanken. So all the social media handles, I am putting the campaign on. We're going to start sending out newsletters with some of these animal stories so people in our community can know what's going on. And just to let them know, hey, we are still doing this fundraiser. We're helping this organization. We need your help. We can't do it without our community. We can't. It's impossible.
Yes.
So we need the help of our friends, our family, our community. We need them to help with the animals. It's just, there's no gray area there. We just need help.
Okay. Aside from this campaign, do you have any events that's coming up?
Well, besides this campaign, it's funny. I always say, we're busy making plans and God laughs. I had planned to have November and December off. I was not going to do anything except for work on next year's schedule. Well, that didn't happen. So the campaign is going up until December 17th of next month. And then we are in the New York Small Business Expo. We won a virtual booth there. So we'll be doing that. I think the date on that is the 11th or the 10th. I'm not sure. But that's a free event. I'm excited to be presenting in my hometown of New York. Shout out New York. Yay!
Yay!
So I'm very excited to be doing that. And and we're going to be finishing up the year with that. I am not putting anything else on my plate.
So what's coming up for New Year? Do you have any event for New Year, like January?
Of course I do, but I can't say right now.
Oh, okay. Coming soon.
Yes, coming soon. My thing is and also December, the end of December, we will have the article coming out where PWNC is listed as one of the 500 global small businesses.
Nice. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
PWNC is good, doing better. That's good because you're doing a good job.
Yes.
For your business. So it's,
so PWC gets to go global, which I'm very excited about. But what I'm working on is to bringing some good things next year. I would like to work more with international speakers, bringing them before our women and different things like that. So like I said, I have a lot planned for next year. And then I have PWNC ambassadors. So I have 2 ambassadors, Agnes Edwards and Rhonda McAllister. So they are also going to be doing 1 or 2 events through PWNC next year as well. So they'll be helping me out with that too. So we got a lot planned. And I hope, Melissa, that you and I will be able to do our men's summit.
Yes, a lot of people
our men's summit.
about that.
I
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
know. So, we can't forget about the men and their health and,
yes.
their issues and things. So I'm hoping that, we'll get a green light on that. So that's what's going on so far.
That is very good. For me, I am, I want to include the health and wellness. So we are going to have a live stream, 30 minutes. So if whatever I can get for the businesses that can offer the 30 minutes yoga, 30 minutes meditation, 30 minutes, like whatever I can get, like if you know anyone from London, Korea, I want it to be international. We're going to have someone in England. So this is very
Wonderful. I don't know how you do it, Melissa. I don't know. You have so much on your plate. I
no,
mean,
like it's part of my life. So I want to exercise. I want to jump in to do 30 minutes to it. So the thing in what I do is like everything what I love to do is just I can bring us to work together. So I am trying because to welcome 2021, we need to take charge of our health.
right.
That's why I am trying to encourage everyone. So you have 20 business spotlight that is going to choose from, so you can find them for free. And then if you want to go with them, you go with them. That's fine. But baby step. 30 minutes each day. We're going to do a lot of things that we can. That's why 7 a.m. 5:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. But it's only once a day. But with my Coffee Connect, I want to have one in the morning, one in the evening. So before my Coffee Connect, we can have a meditation first before doing the connection.
Oh my God. And meditation is so important. It's funny that you say that real quick. I was on a global, which you were invited to, which you didn't come to, which is a shame because it was awesome. I was on a global event last week and it was from 9 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. Well, let me tell you, they gave you breaks. One of the breaks was yoga.
Yes.
One of the breaks was a cooking demonstration. So they cooked a vegetarian meal and a regular meal. I mean, it was probably one of the best international conferences I ever been to. I was very, very impressed. Yes, yes. So, yeah, but what you're doing is good too, Melissa. Just don't burn yourself out. You and I, we have the heart to help everyone.
Oh, yes.
It's no competition. It's collaboration all day, every day. We have the heart to help everybody. But remember, you have to take care of yourself first.
Oh, yes.
You can't give from an empty cup. And if you're not well, you can't bring that to other people. So I'm saying that to say this. I love what you're doing. I love how you're helping women and giving this platform that we have like this today. But remember to take care of yourself.
Yes, definitely. That's my number one point. That's why I have my notebook. I want my every hour day that I'm going to do. I cannot do my schedule yet, but my goal is to start my day at 6 a.m. and sleep at 9. That's my goal. That's why I'm trying to do it like that because I'm getting older. I'm 50. I told my husband, why am I getting tired? And
my God. Getting older. Talk to my mother who's 85, who walks around here and looks like she's 50 years old. Talk to her.
Yeah, my husband told me because, honey, you are 50. Oh my God, you're right. I need to change my time, something like that. I need to take care of myself. So that's why I force myself to do this because, I have my book club. So I force myself to read the book. And then I have this like campaign, health and wellness campaign. So I force myself to do this for me because it's like I need to take charge of me. That's why when I'm doing this, like, let's do it together and see what's going to happen. I told the businesses, like, you don't need to be with me for the whole year. It's just, I don't know what is this, but, I don't know what's going to happen. It's my first time to do it. But if it's going okay, it's good. So, and
you try it, and you're supporting one another, which is so important. It's so important. Us as small businesses, that's what we need because this COVID is going to be around for a while, and more people are losing their businesses. They're closing their businesses. They're losing their jobs. So we have to help one another. That's the only way that we're going to survive and keep going.
And the best thing with me and Felicia, we are both founders of women's organization. We choose C for collaboration and not competition, because
That's
if you
right.
choose collaboration, you will go further.
Yes.
So,
Well, I always say people, I always get asked that question. And I'm like, if there's competition, check your circle.
yeah,
Check your circle.
yes,
Because I'm telling you, my biggest supporters are women. Those
yeah,
are my biggest supporters. So, but I appreciate you giving me this platform today, Melissa, to
yeah.
talk about a worthy cause, to talk about a cause that I'm very passionate about. So I hope that in saying this, I hope that you guys heard what I had to say today. I hope that you go to the website of ACT Philly, ACCTphilly.org. Take a look at what it is that they do there. The animals that they have there. If you know someone who might need a pet, think about them as well. But it's a good cause. And like Melissa said, no amount is too low. No amount is too much. Whatever you can give, we appreciate it. They will appreciate it. And the animals will love you for it.
Thank you so much, Felicia. Thank you so much, everyone. Follow me in Coffee and Conversations with Melissa on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Melissa. Love you. Bye.